Yo, what up, though? So the Minnesota Vikings finally signed Dalton Risner, man. They finally did it. But my question is to KOC and to Quasi, why? Like, why did y'all wait so long to finally bring him in and you knew all along you needed offensive line help? So, no, you're not going to get applause from me from signing Dalton Risner. First off, the lineman Udo, he gone for the year, and your backups don't look no better than the starters, and the starters look horrible. So the Minnesota Vikings, yes, they did sign Dalton Risner, but you should have been brought him in training camp so he could be up on speed on the Minnesota Vikings offense. You know, like the certain cadence, the plays, have him in football shape. Like Dalton Risner been at the crib chilling this whole offseason. He is not football ready to go out there on Sunday. Hell, he not ready to go out there next week to play football and be good with only with what? Just a weekend? So they did sign Dalton Risner though, but the Minnesota Vikings should have been did this, man. Everybody I know, all the Viking content creators been saying we need offensive lineman help. And you brought Dalton Risner in, I want to say, 2 months ago or a month ago, and he left the building without a contract. You should have signed him in mini camp, training camp, and preseason so he could be game ready to go with that raggedy ass offensive line. Y'all should have been did that. Like, how come people on the internet know more about the Minnesota Vikings than the Minnesota Vikings? That's the crazy part. And to be real, we need to sign one more decent offensive lineman. I don't know if Dalton decent or not coming over here and he ain't do nothing all off season. But the Minnesota Vikings need to trade for another offensive lineman to help shore up this offensive line and have depth. Like I would say after 3 weeks after signing Dalton Risner, he should start on the offensive line. Either Cleveland spot or Ingram, man. I'm not going to lie to y'all. But why did it take so long? Like I know some people going to say the Minnesota Vikings ain't want to guarantee a contract before. Man, forget all that, man. Quit trying to save a buck when you know you need help on the offensive line and you paying this quarterback all this guaranteed money and you know he can't operate without a decent offensive line. Like we need to make one more trade for a decent offensive lineman and I will feel better. Because the Vikings offensive line is horrible, man. The running game look way worse than last year. The pass game ain't no better for real, but it look okay, but hell, we ain't even played nobody with a nice defensive line for real because the Eagles don't even look the same from last year. So, man, y'all can take how y'all want to take it. I'm happy they brought him in and gave him a contract, but he not ready right now. The Minnesota Vikings, man, should have been signed Dalton Risner, man, like months ago, bro. Like everybody seen the film from last year and knew your offensive line last year was horrible. But y'all, no, decided to roll the dice with that same offensive lineman. Even in week 1 of preseason, we seen Ed Ingram get beat up by backup defensive linemen. And no, y'all still want to roll the dice with y'all offensive line. So is the Dalton Risner going to help the Minnesota Vikings win a division or no? Ain't none of that. No. The Minnesota Vikings, man, need to sign one more offensive lineman for real. Because if an offensive lineman go down like Udo went down, we got no depth. Like we had no depth. Our backups look horrible. And I don't know who the offensive line coach is, but his ass ain't doing his job. I'm not going to lie to y'all. The offensive line look horrible this year, man. Like, what is we doing? And Christian Darrisaw get hurt every play he get hurt. I'm ready to trade his ass. And I don't care how y'all feel. Christian Darrisaw do not demand or deserve A $30 million contract. Are you serious? A person that get hurt every damn play? No. No. Minnesota Vikings. Trade Christian Darrisaw for at least a first round or a second round draft pick and let him be another team worry, man. Cause I'm telling you, you get Christian Darrisaw that money, it gonna mess up everything. Cause the boy can't stay healthy. Unless he can start showing some improvement this year. But he got a whole lot to start improving on for real. Cause he hurt already. Man, that's just my thoughts for real, man. On the Viking finally signed to Dalton Risner. After everybody made 100 videos on the Minnesota Viking, please sign this offensive lineman. They finally do it. They finally do it. 5 days before we play the Chargers in week 3, they finally signed Dalton Risner, man. Congratulations, Minnesota. Y'all finally trying to catch on to what everybody is saying.